Hi there. This video is about how to set up a farm list, a safe farm list using Gettertools. What you want to do is log into Gettertools as well as log into your server and make sure that in Travian you are on the village that you want to create your farm list in. In Gettertools, what you do is come here to the Search Inactive section. And this is the screen that you will see. I can pick my village that I want to set my farm list up in from this quick list. In this case, I'm going to be using Princess Land, and that's in the PTR server as opposed to the COMEX server. Now, a couple of weeks into the game, and certainly in COMEX when we're very far into the game, if you are looking for safe villages, choose ones that have a low number of villages. So I'm going to set this, for example, to be just one village. At this point in the COMEX server, if you only have one village, you are a farm. I'm also going to set my range because in COMEX I farm with TTs all the way up to 60. The other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to change my speed so I can have some idea of how long it's going to take. Because this is a brand new server, I'm still farming with my fowls. I will set it up for fowls. At this point, I can hit search and I can see there's a number of villages that are very low in population. Each one of these players only has one village, and I can see down here on this list in red, all of these have had no growth in the last 7 days, but there are a couple on here that have had at least some growth in the last 7 days. So how do I open these villages up in Travian? It's really easy. If I hover my mouse over the player name on the list, it brings up another menu, and I can click on Open in Travian, but what I want to do is I want to open a bunch at a time. So I'm going to right click and open in a new tab. And I'm going to do a couple of those. Right click, open in a new tab. Right click, open in a new tab. I'm on this page anyways. Right click, open in a new tab. And I can open up a bunch of tabs across the top to take a look at. So let's take a look at some of these. This is what I get. Now in this case, this village from Killer 57, I have scouted them recently. I already have them on my farm list. I don't need to do anything. I can just close that tab. Sometimes when you're doing this, you will see these blank profiles. That basically means the person's already deleted, and that does happen quite a bit. Other times I'll come in and I'll see, oh, look, this is already being farmed by the Alliance. Now you have to remember, I'm not stealing farms here. These are very inactive people. Everybody's raiding them, and I want to as well. I can add to my farm list simply by clicking here, Add to Farm List. I'm going to choose 5 fowls in this case because I'm still raiding with those. I have added it to my Princess Land inactive list. I hit save and I now have a new farm on my inactive list. And I will raid that as often as I can. Anyone can do this. If you have your inactive list set to be 1 or 2 villages, these are very safe farms. These are people that are already inactive, and it can be a way to get more resources to build up your villages, to build more troops up, and also it helps us in our raiding list. So anybody can farm, and one way that you can find them is through Gettertools Search Inactives. I hope you find this helpful.